Social Security for divorcees. I say divorcees. I don't say divorcees because we're garbage here. We're garbage here at Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Garbage, I tell you. Anyway, so I'm working with this lady, just a freaking legend, dude. She knows more about financial planning than probably half the financial professionals out there. And just this, she's a legend. Anyway, so she was smart enough. She was born January 1st, 1954. And for you of those in the know, that's an important date in Social Security because she's able to file for her spousal benefit on her ex-spouse. All right, she's divorced. She's able to file for her spousal benefit under her ex-spouse and then allow her own to grow with delayed earnings credit. So when she's 70, she could retake her own benefit at a huge bonus, essentially, with 8% delayed earnings credit. So you can't do that anymore. Those days are gone. So basically, January 2nd, 1954, you couldn't do that anymore. And essentially what happened was in 2015, they got rid of that circumstance. So that's how smart she was, though. So she's basically taken half her ex-spouse's benefit, that's her spousal benefit, allowing her own benefit to grow for her delayed earnings credits. And now she has a benefit of about $2,900 a month. You know, she stayed at home to raise a bunch of kiddos, so her benefit on her own record isn't huge, even with delayed earnings credits. But she knew how to maximize her Social Security, so she's freaking crushing. Anyway, so now she's over 70. She's 70 or 71, I can't remember, but she's born in 1954, so whatever that is. She's 70 or 71 right now. Her ex-spouse isn't in the greatest of shape, we don't think. All right? And her ex-spouse made more money by far than she ever did because she was raising the kids like my wife. All right? And he was out there in the workforce doing whatever the guy was doing. Digging ditches, being a hedge fund trader, I don't know. But let's just say his maximum benefit is $3,800. We'll just use that for an example. All right. So when he files for Social Security at $3,800 a month, all right, and he dies, because this lady's in great shape. I mean, I looked at it, I said, "You're 71." She didn't look like she's 71. Oh, I'd say like 50, probably 55. I mean, she could crush it. I mean, she's just a legend. I was like, damn, lady, you're freaking 71? She didn't look like it all. A side note, I remember, I'll never forget this. I had a meeting back-to-back in Morristown, New Jersey, when we used to have these temporary offices at USAA. And I met with a couple ladies. One was 76. She didn't look a day over freaking 60. It was crazy. The other one was 70, and she didn't look a day younger than 80. I'll never forget that, man. I said, very nice, sweet ladies. One was a widow, one was a divorcee, and I'll never forget. I said, literally, they came in like at an appointment at 10 and an appointment at 1, and I'll never forget that. The 10 o'clock, and I've talked to both these people a million times on the phone, so I got to meet them in person for the first time. And the one lady was 76; she looked like she's 60. I said, man, crazy. And then the other lady was 70 or something. Maybe she was only 65. She looked like she was 80. Couldn't believe it. I'm sure they're probably both passed now, but still, I was like, man. You gotta keep your health up, man. I tell you gotta keep your health up. It's just a fact, dude. Anyway, all right. So long story short. All right, so she knew that she can take her survivor benefit off her ex-spouse. She knew that. Why? Because she was married more than 10 years, and she did not get married before the age of 60, and she's never gonna get remarried either. All right. So she knew she could do this. So for you guys out there. For your divorcees, I said it. I did not want to say divorcee. Divorcees, divorced spouses, husband and wife, by the way. When your spouse dies, you can take the greater of your own benefit or what that guy was getting. All right, you can take that. So I asked her. I said, "You still keep in touch with them?" She goes, "Not really, but you know, I'm friends." Well, I can't remember, but I guess her kids know. I can't remember. I said, well, you know, she don't keep in touch with them, but her kids do or something like that. Or maybe they don't. But someone in their family, they do understand or have knowledge of this guy's life. I said, so just, you know, every now and again, just look at the obits or at least, you know, find out if the guy's still alive. You know, if he's not alive, march on down to the Social Security office and say, hey, here's a copy of my marriage certificate. All right. This guy's dead. I don't have a copy of his death certificate because I'm not married to him anymore, but we were married. I want to see if his benefit is greater than mine, because my benefit, in this case, this woman's, is only $29.96, that memory serves. That's with 100% delayed earnings credits, and his benefit, even if it's only $3,200 a month, that's still $200 a month more. Even if it's $3,800 a month, that's $800 a month more. That's real money, dudes. You know, $200 a month, that's the equivalent of Medicare Part B right there. So remember, as a spouse, a divorced spouse, if you are married more than 10 years and you did not get remarried before you turn 60, you have access to your ex's spousal benefit or survivor benefit. One of those two things. It'd be prudent of you to march on down to Social Security with a copy of your marriage certificate and say, hey, we were married more than 10 years, and probably a copy of divorce certificate too, or whatever it's called, divorce decree. So they say you were married more than 10 years. So let's just look at what Social Security says specifically here. So here's a woman. I'm not sure what's going on. There's that grandma, mom, and daughter, I suppose. All right, if you're age 62, unmarried, and divorced from someone entitled to Social Security, you may be eligible to get benefits based on his or her record. To be eligible, you must have been married to your spouse for 10 years or more. Okay, if you have since remarried, you can't collect benefits on your former spouse's record until your marriage ends by annulment, divorce, or death. So if you're remarried, you can't collect benefits on your former spouse's record. Also, unless you get divorced, death, or annulment. So in my mom's case, so she married my dad. She was married for 13 years, something like that. Then she got remarried, and her second husband, they got a divorce, or did he die first? I can't remember. But either way, because assuming my dad made more money than her second husband, now that she's no longer married to her second husband, she could go down to Social Security and request an increase potentially in her Social Security benefit based on my dad's record, if that makes sense. I've shared that with my mom. I think she already knew that, to be honest with you, because she's pretty good when it comes to money. So I think she already knew that. But just keep that in mind. Even if you got remarried, that if your dad, a widow, death or annulment, a widow, divorce or annulment, you can still file on your previous husband's record or wife's record. Hope that makes sense. But you can't be married to do it on your previous husband's, all right? Also, if you're entitled to benefits on your own record, your benefit amount must be less than you would receive based on your ex-spouse's work. In other words, we'll pay the higher of the two benefits of which you'll be able to benefit, but not both, all right? You can apply for benefits even on your former spouse's record, even if she hasn't started taking Social Security, as long as you are divorced at least 2 years before applying. I'll put this link in the show notes so you can look it up for yourself. If, however, you decide to wait until your full retirement age to apply as a divorced spouse, your benefit will be equal to half your ex-spouse's full retirement amount. The same rules apply for a former spouse. So again, you can take it earlier, but it'll be reduced. All right, it'll be reduced. So you're only going to get half. The max you can get as a spousal benefit is half. If you take it before your full retirement age, it'll be reduced. The max you get as a survivor is 100% of that guy's benefit. All right, that's how it works. So check this out. I think that's all we have to say. The amount of benefits you get has no effects on the benefits of your ex-spouse or his current spouse either. In fact, they won't know anything. They're not going to know, I got dinged by Social Security. It says, Mary, you took my Social Security benefit. Don't worry about that. All right, so let's just make this as clear as mud here. It's an opaque, like not very clear. We're going to make this opaque as we possibly can. If you were married for 10 years or more, and you didn't get remarried before the age of 60, and you're single now, all right? You're single now, all right? So you're married, you didn't get remarried. Basically, if you're married for 10 years and you're single now, that's how it works. You can get benefits on your ex-spouse's record, be it survivor benefits, which is the amount you get when he dies. You'll get 100% of that, all right, depending on what year you file, how old you are when you file. Or spousal benefits, which be max of 50% of that guy's benefit. So if this guy was making $3,800 a month and you're over your full retirement age, you will get $3,800 a month if he's dead. All right. If this guy's making $3,800 a month and you're at your full retirement age, your spousal benefit would be $1,900 a month. Social Security will pay you the greater of $1,900 a month on the spousal benefit or your own benefit, whichever is the greater. All right. So if your own benefit is more than $1,900, they'll pay you your own. All right. So just keep that in mind. Survivor benefit versus spousal benefit. If you're married more than 10 years and you're not currently married, you have access to these things. I cannot stress this enough. It's prudent for you to know this in case you get divorced. All right. God bless. Love your thoughts. Comment, and don't forget to moo that like button. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Look at old Betsy. We're going to tickle her. She is freaking fantastic. I love you, Betsy. We'll see you.